Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to Fox 61's coverage of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race, sponsored by ECHN.
And a happy Thanksgiving to all of you and your families out there, to all of us watching also online throughout the world. This is Thanksgiving. You are looking live at Main Street in downtown Manchester. Thanks for joining us for our coverage of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race. I'm Tim Lammers.
And I'm Erica Arias. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We're live in beautiful downtown Manchester. Cannot believe the incredible weather. We just got so lucky. The race will officially kick off in just over an hour. A little under 9,000 runners are registered. Of course, this is after last year's race was virtual because of the pandemic.
Yeah, and so there's not quite as many registered runners this year as there have been in recent years when that number was over 11,000. But there's still going to be a lot of people here. And more importantly, Erica, we're getting out of this race today what you expect to see every single Thanksgiving in Manchester. This wonderful mix of elite runners, Olympians, people who are national record holders. We have 6 or 7 people who can run a mile in under 4 minutes here. But then you have the casual runners. You have people dressed up like turkey, like Thanksgiving dinner. It winds up being an equal parts international competition and like a dinner party of some kind of sorts. You're right there.
A little exciting,
Yeah,
very
just a bit.
exciting. The energy is so great here. Let's take a look because, yes, we didn't have the race last year. It was virtual. We're back this year. Of course, the race route is the same.
Yeah, 4.748 miles, just shy of 4 3/4 miles. We will get to more on that in a minute. What we want to do, though, is start where one of the most fun spots is right around the 2-mile mark up by Highland Park Market. Jimmy Altman is there every single year. We would love to try to check in with him again to see just how much of a party. And I already see a Whalers jersey. Got to love that, guys.
Absolutely, Lambs. It is a party. We missed. Yeah! We missed you. All right, guys, we will send it back to you, and we are looking forward to another fantastic Manchester Road Race. More ahead.
Right. As you saw, right behind Jimmy is that blue line that is the King of the Hill competition within a competition where some of these runners can make a little extra money. By the way, the winners, men and women, get $7,000 if they win this race. We're going to have more on that in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're going to be watching that 1-mile marker very closely as well. Well, we've said before, what an incredible day. We got so lucky out there, so we're checking in with meteorologist Matt Scott to talk exactly about how warm it is. Matt, I was wearing a vest under this. I had to take it off because I was just wearing too many layers.
I have a feeling some of us, you, Tim, me, have been here since about 5 a.m. this morning, and yeah, it was a little nippy. Temperatures were under freezing. They still are across a good chunk of the state, but with that sun coming up, there's 2 things at play here. One, you've got a nice warming trend, first time this week, but second, you got a vibe here that is just absolutely incredible. People are happy to be out here after a virtual race last year. People are high-fiving and fist-pumping and hugging like we're all reuniting here, and that is warming the joint up. Main Street is buzzing with a lot of good vibes, and we are thrilled to show them to you for the next 2 hours. You can see people behind me milling about. We've had some runners come by. We have a couple of costumed folks coming by. Lovely hat. Like that a lot. Thank you. Thank you. That bird needs to go in the oven. And what a way to start Thanksgiving. The only way that you should, by running just shy of 5 miles here in Manchester. Let's go to the boards, talk about the temperatures. I love it. Some young kids just ran by. You're too early. Take a look at the temperatures. We're at 31 degrees in Hartford right now, 29 in Manchester, 26 degrees in Willimantic. The numbers are warming up quickly, and I have a feeling I'm going to be shedding 1 or 2 layers as well that I've got on, because it's feeling good out here. It's nice to not have a wind either. So here's the Manchester Road Race forecast. Stepping off in about an hour. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 30s, lower 40s across the land. Again, feeling a little warmer. I don't know how these runners do it. They've got to be shedding layers as they head down through the 5-mile stretch. Forecast looking pretty good down the line, getting into the low 50s for the first time this week, and with no wind for a nice change. Going to be for a nice forecast. Come on back out here live on Main Street. Again, we're expecting a couple of thousand, few thousand of our closest friends, whether they're running, whether they're spectating, or whether they're just drinking coffee and enjoying a tradition here in Manchester. Everyone is in a good mood, and you can't ask for anything better than that. Tim, Erica, back to you.
All right, Matt, thanks. Yeah, a few thousand. Try just under 9,000, Matt, and they're all going to be getting ready to cross the start line, and that's where you find Fox 61's Keith McGilvery.
Yeah, just like Matt Scott, Keith is experiencing all this sort of pomp and circumstance and celebration of the Manchester Road Race for the first time. Keith, what do you think?
What a day to be live and local in Connecticut. I am having such a great morning. You talked about those 9,000 runners. They are able to do all of this in large part thanks to some fantastic volunteers. I want to introduce you to Kathy. Now, Kathy, I don't know how this is humanly possible, but you have been running this race since before I was born. What do you love about it? What brings you back every year?
I love the fun of it, the enthusiasm, and also to be able to volunteer and run at the same time.
And I know you share this event. You coach young people. What's the takeaway for them?
Just the opportunity to have a great time and enjoy Thanksgiving in Manchester.
Well, we love you. We love what you're doing. Thank you for your time. I'm going to let you get back to your station. Want to introduce you to Miranda, Tori, and Virginia, my kind of people, my dancing partners this morning. Tell us about these costumes, Miranda.
We just created them thinking it was a cute idea for the race, so.
You definitely, you caught our attention. Tori, anything going to slow you down? You're in a tutu, you got a headband. What are you thinking?
Hopefully we make it out in time for Turkey.
And Virginia, how many times have you done this race before?
Maybe about 5 in the last 10 years.
And you obviously gave this costume some thought. What do you think?
This is a map of the road race.
Yep.
And we're road runners, the purple ones.
You are indeed. Do you have a fourth sweatshirt is what I'm curious about. Oh, good morning. Do you have a fourth sweatshirt?
No, We can make you one, though. We'll send it to you.
Next year.
Tori, what's your motivation? What are you most looking forward to at Thanksgiving dinner?
Potatoes.
Good luck. She's vegan. Okay, we'll let you run. We'll send it back to you, Tim and Erica. Our own Bree Vasquez is running this morning as well. We are wishing her the best of luck. Bree, we are waiting for you at the start and finish line. We'll send it back to you.
Keith, thanks. Yes, good luck to all the runners. Of course, they're just excited to be back here in person after a virtual race last year.
Yes, and it's not just the runners, it's also thousands of people that line the streets of Main Street and Charter Oak Street to cheer these people on. And that is sort of where Jimmy Altman has always made his hay on Thanksgiving morning. Up by Highland Park Market, always a big sponsor of the race, right by the 2-mile mark, right by where they do the King of the Hill competition. And, well, Jimmy, let's just say there's usually a lot of liquid refreshments.
Yeah, it's kind of party central over there, right, Jimmy? You fit in perfectly.
Breakfast is very good. We've waited 2 years for this. 2 years! Let's go well! Let's go well! Bring them back! The turkey heads are out. It is always good to be out here with this crew. They are very loyal here at mile marker number 2. The Highland Park Market. We want to call in the intrepid mayor of the city of Manchester. Get in here, Jay Moran. Jay likes to party. When the mayor likes to party, Jay, it doesn't get any better than Thanksgiving in Manchester.
This is Thanksgiving in Manchester. Nothing better. We missed it last year. Missed all these crazy folks last year. We're having fun. It's about running. It's about eating turkey. It's having a great day. It's about the Whalers. It's about Manchester. It's about being grateful and thankful to be here.
And it's about togetherness, guys. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
So, Jay, the best part of today, after we've waited 24 months for this, is what?
To see that start for Jim Bauckham to say this is Thanksgiving in Manchester. At 10 a.m. the gun goes off. The runners come up this mile hill. Everyone gets to have a few adult beverages and celebrate, go back to their home. But we're outside loving the race back. The race is back.
The race is back. 53 minutes till we get to kick off the 85th Manchester Road Race. We will be here all day through the race, through our coverage, through 11 o'clock. Guys, we will send it back to you at the start-finish line. Welcome back, everyone.
Turkey Day!
Jimmy, thanks. Welcome back indeed. Now, talking about more on how exciting it is to have the race back. We have Thayer Redmond, the assistant race director, joining us right now. What a great day. How incredible does it feel to have everyone back here, the excitement here in downtown Manchester?
We're so thankful. I'm telling everyone we're extra thankful today.
Absolutely.
We've worked hard. We've been planning on this 2 years now. And we're just so grateful for the town support, the volunteers support, everybody involved. And the weather has totally agreed with us, so it's going to be a great day.
What do you think of the turnout, Mr. Redmond? I mean, usually you're getting about 11,000 in years past, about 9,000 here, but and that's just registered runners. There may be a lot more who are just
show up. We're sure some bandits will show up today. Yeah, we are very happy. We knew it was going to be a struggle to get to that 11 or 12,000, but races are kind of down across the country, so we're ecstatic with 9,000. We're so happy about that.
Now, we did see some people running the course early this morning when we were here at 5:36, and that's because it is still, it's also a virtual race this year.
Yeah, so last year we went totally virtual, and everyone that registered this year was also registered for the virtual. So they can run earlier in the morning or later today and still get their time and count towards their participation. It doesn't count towards place, but a lot of people want that running streak. Amby Burfitt on 59. So, and we have a lot of people. Mike Simon's on 54. So, and he's a local teacher, retired teacher. So.
Yeah. Talk to us just about how the planning maybe, Thayer, was different this year because of COVID protocols, just because you had to take a year off?
We had to kind of make a decision. Are we just going to go virtual or try to? So then once we decided we were trying to do this, we wanted to have our backup plans there. And that's why we stuck everybody in virtual. We met with the town planners, the district health department, and making sure that we were following any guidance and what we really needed to get done so that we could have the race but also be as safe as possible.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, we're just so excited. Everybody's excited, as you can see and hear from thousands of people that are gathering behind us.
Everyone seems very thankful.
Yeah, it just seems like a big reunion, especially for Manchester locals, people you may not have seen because of the pandemic. You're saying hi, seeing hugs, kisses. It's wonderful.
It really is. And I see, as the high school track coach here, I see so many of my former runners, and it is a reunion. I love this day.
Yeah, like you said, even more to be thankful for this year.
Yes.
Thayer, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right, our coverage of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race continues. In just a few minutes, we're going to talk more about the costumes. A lot of those runners, like Thayer said, who are not registered, but are going to come out here and run. I mean, we see all sorts of costumes like you wouldn't believe, so much so they have a contest.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be talking with Julia Leblanc in a little while. She's going to be interviewing some more folks who are all dressed up, festive, and ready for the occasion. So stay with us. We will be right back.
Sponsor of coverage of the 85th Manchester Road Race. Manchester Road Race.
Welcome back to our live broadcast of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We're coming to you live back here in downtown Manchester. We are back here live in person, and it feels so good.
Yeah, you're looking at the start and finish line, which was right behind us, maybe about 300 yards up a sneaky hill right at the end of the course that can catch some runners. We got about 8,700 or so. I think 8767 is the number of registered runners. If you were with us a couple minutes ago, you heard Thea Redmond, the assistant race director, say they are thrilled to get that many in a post-pandemic year. But it's not just them. A lot of spectators are starting to fill in. And Erica, just in the past maybe 5-10 minutes, we've really started to see the number of people behind us and walking by fill in and pick up.
Yeah, they're all gathering, and you can feel the energy. Everyone is excited, feeling good. Now, the Manchester Road Race has been a Thanksgiving tradition here in Manchester for decades. It really has, though, evolved. Right now, we're going to take a look back at what makes the road race what it is and so great.
And they're off!
Every year brings goofballs and diehards, the elite and, well, not so elite. In Manchester, the holiday explodes every Thanksgiving morning with a shotgun start. It started in 1927 when a dozen runners decided to stretch their legs before sitting down at the table. The captain of the high school cross-country team led the way.
It started as the high school cross-country team getting a little more extension to their season. There were 9 runners in the original race.
The road race went into hiatus during the Great Depression and World War II until 1945. Then the women's liberation movement heated things up. The first woman ran in 1961.
We applied and the AAU said, no, you can't. And so we said, I'm going to run anyway. And that's when they brought out the threat that they would ban me for life. They could strip me of my New England titles.
It wasn't until 1974 that a woman's entrance was officially recorded. It has become its own version to give thanks.
We've gone from there to here, and now it's in a very prejudicial point of view. It's probably the single greatest 5-mile road race in the United States. Probably even beyond those the boundaries of the United States. We've arrived, but it's all been with a lot of hard work.
And fast forward to 2020. The first time in race history, the event was held virtually because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It didn't stop people from running, but things looked a lot different.
The Manchester Road Race has an awful lot of resiliency, and it's got 84 years of tradition. We'll be back. We'll come back next year, and we'll make this race bigger and better.
It's just good to see. Love to see race director Jim Balcom there saying he thinks this is the greatest race pretty much in the world on Thanksgiving.
Is, yeah.
And we do. We get an international audience here. Now, there's a lot of history, as you just pointed out, and it's on display. You can see it if you're coming to Manchester today. It's right at Workspace in Manchester, sort of a Manchester Road Race exhibit, and it is not just closing down today. You can come here today. If you can't make it here today, it's going to be going on until Saturday. That's November 27th, and you're looking at just some of that history right there, especially with Amby Burfoot, who has run it almost 60 consecutive years.
Mm-hmm. And then in 2018, a special feature was added to the Manchester Road Race, all to honor our veterans.
Yeah, it's called Veterans Row. Now, that is up at the top of Main Street where it intersects with East Center Street. You may have noticed there's a Veterans Memorial right there. So when runners are heading to the finish line, because it's very close to the end of the race, during that location, a path of honor is going to be formed there to recognize all of our military runners. We're hoping to show you some of that touching tribute during our live coverage of the race, because remember, it starts at 10 o'clock. It's really going to be a sight to see. So this is going to happen long after the men's and women's winners have crossed the finish line. But of course, with so many other people running, we want to pay tribute to all of our veterans out there who are running today as well.
Yeah.
And then right across the street there at Mary Cheney Library, there's also going to be a lot happening.
Yeah, the Manchester Road Race isn't just about the runners. It's also about the fun and the costumes. There's a costume contest happening. For more on that, we're checking in with Fox 61's Julia Leblanc. She is out there on Main Street. Hey, Julia.
Hi, Tim and Erica. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Road Race Day. We're right here on Main Street where everyone has started to just come down and gather here. And as you guys mentioned, yes, this is about the race. Yes, this is about competition. But there's another competition going on, and it is the costume contest. We have a family here, if you can guess, milk and cookies. Tell us a little bit about this whole spiel.
Well, my son decided he's the one that decides what we're going to be. Yeah. So 2 years ago, we were bacon and eggs, and then the year before, we were Minions. So he said, oh, and so now we have more joining us, so he says, oh, we should be milk and cookies. So that's how the milk and cookies came about.
How did you get in that?
In this? I don't know.
You don't?
I'm pretty sure it was a very difficult experience, but I'm in now. I'm nice and warm. I can't complain. Like, look at me.
And there's a special feature we want everyone to know about, right? Tell us a little about.
All right, so for all the folks that see us run by, and if any of us get separated, just please call your local Cookie Monster at the number below. We will then be together, or we might get eaten. So, you know, that's lost, eaten, it's all right.
Well, thank you guys so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Good luck on the costume contest. We'll be rooting for you. And we also want to let everybody know at home that it's actually a virtual contest this year. So if you're in your costume today, take a picture of yourself, make sure your bib number is on it, go to the Manchester Road Race website, and then everyone will be voting and you'll find out the winner there. For now, we will send it back to you guys.
You can run the race virtually. You can enter the costume contest virtually. They're just trying to do everything they can.
You can spectate virtually as well with us, as many of you are doing.
I know the group food-based costumes, always my favorite. Like the full Thanksgiving dinner,
Turkey,
we've
peas,
seen them
mashed
run.
potatoes.
Somebody dressed as a box of stovetop stuffing one year. That was my all-time favorite.
So much fun out here. And of course, the fun is going to continue. We are going to stay here live with you all the way through until the winners pass that finish line and beyond. Yep. So be sure you stick with us here at Fox 61. We'll be right back.
Happy Thanksgiving from ECHN, proud presenting sponsor of coverage of the 85th Manchester Road Race.
running of the Manchester Road Race. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Look at that. That is just phenomenal. I think that's the first time that we've seen that here. We're going to talk about the race. It's kicking off in just over 30 minutes from now. So let's talk about the race route.
It is a unique race route, given that it is a road race and it starts and ends in the same place. You wind up with a funky distance. It is 4.748 miles. We want to show you now exactly how it goes. Of course, it starts and ends on Main Street in Manchester. What it does is they sort of head downhill on Main Street at first, and then they take a left onto Charter Oak Street. That is really the uphill portion of the race, and that's where a lot can be decided. From there, they take a left onto Porter Street and head downhill, as you can see there, after getting onto Highland Street. And then from that downhill on Porter Street, things kind of even out elevation-wise. Another left onto East Center. They hit the 4-mile mark, and then one last left turn back onto Main Street to head on down to the finish line with thousands of people watching. Here's a little bit closer of a look at that race route.
The course is a loop, just shy of 4 3/4 miles. It begins with a downhill sprint for about a half mile on Main Street, where the elite runners will quickly separate from the pack before turning left onto Charter Oak Street. They hit the 1-mile mark right past the Hungry Tiger restaurant. From there, it's the hardest stretch of the race, a steady incline lasting about 1.25 miles, up past the 2-mile mark and the fans gathered at Highland Park Market. Then, a left turn onto Porter Street and a relatively quiet, tree-lined downhill stretch. The 3-mile marker is at the bottom of the hill, right near Highland Park Elementary. The runners will then head west for about 1.5 miles on relatively flat terrain, passing the 4-mile mark after turning onto East Center Street. That's where the fans start filling in again and the drama picks up. One last left turn onto Main Street, and it's a downhill kick to the finish with the leaders often neck and neck in front of thousands of cheering fans. Course record is 21 minutes, 15.75 seconds. It was set 3 years ago by Edward Cheserek.
And I'm not sure how apparent it was by looking at that, but again, about the last 250 to 300 yards of the race, right behind us, starting almost right behind our broadcast booth, there is an uphill, a sneaky little uphill that can catch people the wrong way if they're trying to make that finishing kick. A lot of races have been won and lost here on Main Street because of that uphill.
We've seen it many times, Tim. All right, well, coming up, we're going to be speaking with Ian Brooks, our race analyst. We're going to be talking about some of the elite runners coming from all over the world. Also, we're talking about the Ray Crothers blood drive that's happening tomorrow. But we do want to remind you, if you have family out there in Manchester running it, you want to catch the rebroadcast, you can watch it again. We're going to re-air it on CW20 at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
We'll be back with a lot more. The 85th running of the Manchester Road Race broadcast continues in just a couple minutes. Stay with us.
Happy Thanksgiving from AirTemp. It's heating season. Time to call AirTemp for a professional cleaning. race.
There are a lot of cherished traditions on Thanksgiving in Manchester, and my goodness, look at that sea of people. It is great to see after a year off from the pandemic. Of course, the running of the race is the single biggest tradition, but there's also another tradition, one that has been competitive in years past, the blood drive that follows the road race.
Yeah, we're talking about the Ray Crothers Blood Drive here in Manchester. And joining us right now, Lance Morgan, the chairman of the Blood Drive. Thanks so much for being with us. This has just been as much of a tradition to the road race as the race itself, right?
True. This has been going on since 1986. So it's a huge part of our giving back to our community.
And it's especially important this year. The need is so great.
It is. There's a shortage of blood, the worst it's ever been over the last decade. And so there's a big push to, for this holiday season to give blood, yes.
Are there any particular blood types that you're looking for more than others?
We like the type O blood, O positive or negative. Those are the main one, but we take anything, yes.
Yeah.
And this really is a life-saving event. A lot of people don't realize the blood that is donated isn't just used in trauma situations.
No, cancer, young kids with cancer, leukemia, burn victims, certain type of cancers, motor vehicle accident, burn victim. There are just a few to name the people who receive blood.
And now you mentioned it was the Ray Crothers Memorial Blood Drive.
Yes.
Can you tell people about Ray Crothers?
Ray Crothers is an old participant of this road race, and he was a winner in the past of the road race, and he was a part of the committee for the blood drive. And so when he died, the blood drive was named after him.
So let's go over the details. It's starting tomorrow at the high school, at the gym.
At Manchester High School, 8:30 sharp. And we go to 4:30 in the afternoon. The morning slots are all full. Up to the last minute, we had 379 registered blood donors, which is better than any other years this far.
Yeah.
And so we are open to bring that number over 400 by tomorrow morning. But we have open slots still in the afternoon. And if you want to be a part of a community and a culture, please come out. We have raffle prizes, and we'll make it a fun day.
And there's a special gift this year, right?
Yes. So we have two 50-inch television for raffle, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. I won't tell you the time. Just sign up.
That's great.
Gotta get out there,
yes,
give blood.
Yes.
And it is something the Manchester Road Race Committee has been very proud of. They have put the number of pints they've collected in years past right on their website, and it winds up being one of the largest blood drives in the state. And you want to keep it that way.
And we couldn't do it without Fox, the work you guys do for us, ECHN, and Eastern Connecticut Pathology Group. Yes.
Truly is a life-saving event. Lance, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Keep pushing that number for me.
We will.
We will do it. Lance, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I want to get now to Matt Scott, because the sun, as it's getting higher and higher, it is getting warmer and warmer. This is no longer a chilly morning.
The temperatures are cranking, Matt.
I love it, right? We promised you finally of all the days. Hello, nice to see you, sir. I think he took my wallet. I think for the most part, we've got a forecast that is definitely a lot better as we head on down the line. Let's go to the boards, talk about the temperatures now, and then we'll see what kind of fun that we've got, fun and frivolity around here. 41 degrees is what we have right now over in downtown Hartford. Temperatures have been warming up, very nicely. We are digging these temperatures. We're at 35 degrees right now in Manchester, 30 degrees in Wilmette. I have a hunch by race time in just a few minutes, everybody's going to be over the 40s. Good morning. Oh, thank you, sir. Somebody thinks I'm the best, and I'm not related to them. That can't be right. Take a look at the race time temperature. We're looking at the lower 40s. It's going to be a nice, listen, we've been out here since 5 a.m., and there have been there was a real nip in the air, but things looking a lot better. And as we take a look at the temperatures through the day, we're going to get into the lower 50s. So really can't complain. Jeff Foss is like saying hi, our photographer, saying hi to everybody. Syracuse fans? Yeah, that's why. I know Jeff Foss. Well, look at these people, and I love the way they all look. I mean, everyone is, you've got the positive vibe here. You can wave hi, sure. Go ahead. I love that. No costume this year, sir? Nice. Oh, wait, you come back here. You over here. This is one of my favorite people in the whole world, CNN correspondent Jessica Schneider. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you
How
too.
many times have you run this?
A couple now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many times?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's modest, like 27. That's impressive. I can't. As Tom said earlier, I can't run to the start-finish line. They're going to do 5 miles. All right, good to see you. We'll have more with the forecast coming up in just a few minutes, guys. Back to you.
Oh, that's great. Love to see those people. And Jess, I worked with Jess many years ago.
I know. It's like we said, a big, gigantic reunion. More so maybe this year than ever before because we had to take last year off from the pandemic. As you can see, things filling in on Main Street as we are now about 20 minutes away from the start of the 85th running.
Road Race.
Welcome back to our special coverage of the 85th running of the road race. We're so glad you're with us. It's a beautiful day out there. We are just feeling incredible to be back here finally live in Manchester.
One of the nicest race days weather-wise, as Matt Scott said, we've had.
What a
in a
way to
while.
welcome it back, right?
It is wonderful. And now that things are filling in, a lot of the people who are here for the first time, like our own Keith McGilvery, I think might be starting to get a sense of just how massive of a gathering and what a spectacle this is, Keith. Good morning.
Wheelchairs to start. 45 seconds.
Yeah, good morning, Tim and Erica. The wheelchair race is getting started in about 30 seconds. So if we point you in this direction, that is good news. Spencer, you're a rock star. You're ready for this race, a sophomore at Simsbury High School. What's going through your mind?
I'm ready to have some fun. I'm ready to
mess stuff up today.
And you're wearing a pretty fancy suit to name the thing too. So Ian and Spencer are wheelchair participants this morning. As you look off into this direction, here they go. An incredible team taking off, dressed in turkey and Indian attire this morning. Angel is riding in style in the front seat. He has an iPad watching some good stuff. Kat, you are about to take off as well. You are from Western Mass. What brings you to this race? What do you love about it?
I've actually never run this race before. A good friend of mine's done it a couple times, and she said the crowds are great, the race is great, so I figured I'd come check it out.
And what about you, Peter? What's your Manchester story?
I think this is my 22nd Manchester, and I'm just on I think like an 11 U30 streak, and I'm just trying to keep that up.
All right, good stuff. So you guys are the Simsbury Cross Country Rock Stars. 4.7 miles to Turkey. What's your strategy out here? You're going to do this in under a half an hour.
Out hard, have some fun, and I don't know, take it easy. We're going to have a nice time. It'll be really good.
All right, what kind of prep work have you done for this?
We've been training 100 miles a week. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, not that much. I mean, I run a club for my college. He's on the actual UConn team, so he's been doing more than I have. But we're just gonna, go out there, give it our all.
Well, when you're in high school and college, you don't have to do as much prep work. Tim and Erica, Kat, good luck. Peter, good luck. Much more the national anthem coming up in just a little bit from the starting line, but for now we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, expecting the national anthem about 3 to 4 minutes. They always do it right around 9:51. Of course, remember the race starts at 10 o'clock sharp to the second.
And we will be with you the entire way. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be waiting for the national anthem. Also, we're going to welcome Ian Brooks, our race analyst, back to the show. It's been a while. We're glad to have him. We're glad you're with us this morning. We'll be right back.
For a professional cleaning.
Welcome back and happy Thanksgiving. We're coming to you live in beautiful downtown Manchester for the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race. My goodness, it feels so great to be back here, doesn't it, Tim?
Yes, it does. You're looking at Highland Park Market right by the 2-mile mark, right aside I-384. Once again, now joined by race commentator Ian Brooks, who is joining us once again. It's been 2 years.
Welcome
Good
back.
to see you.
2 years.
Yeah.
Lot has happened since then, hasn't it, Erica?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
You have a new one.
I do.
Sammy.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the pictures.
I have plenty for you.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the elite runners in just a moment, but one of our Fox 61 colleagues is running the road race herself.
Yeah, her name is Brianna Vasquez, and she's an athlete, a much better one than us. In fact, she ran collegiately. She did the 400 and 800 meters at Gonzaga University, Division I. She was a bulldog out there in Spokane, I believe, is where Gonzaga is, but she is joining us now, and she is going to be having, as you see, she's got sort of the phone attached to a chest plate there, so we're going to be able to check in with her and hear her huffing and puffing, she says. I don't know. It sounds like if she can run the 400 and 800 meters, she's probably in good enough shape to do a good job on
She'll
this
do better
race.
than you and I ever could,
Yes.
right, Tim?
Yeah, Ian, why don't we start with the women? It looks like we have, and I don't want to jinx it for her, but we've got at least a clear favorite on the women's side.
Wayne Colladi.
I think we're going to take a pause for just a minute. I believe the national anthem is about to start. This is what I
any
heard
second
from our
now.
producers.
Hold on 1 second.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged the monsters singing out, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Hi, and thank you for taking the time. Sorry we had to interrupt you there. Just give us a quick thought. Wayne Colladi, she has not run here before, but looks like she might be the favorite today.
She comes in as the favorite. She won the US 5-kilometer road championship just, 3 weeks ago, the day before the New York City Marathon. But Kira D'Amato could well be one to watch. She's set a new American record at 10 miles. And then there's the defending champion from 2019, Edna Kiplagat.
Yeah.
We've
She
got a
is still
race
there.
on. But it's Wayne's to lose, I think. But beware Kira D'Amato. I spoke to her yesterday in the hotel. She's ready.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. And hey, Edna Kiplagat won this race going away 2 years ago.
Yeah.
She is no
could do it
slouch.
again.
We're going to come back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to talk about the favorites on the men's side, but now about 6 minutes away from the start of the race. Don't go anywhere.
Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to Fox 61's coverage of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race, sponsored by ECHN.
Welcome back. What a wonderful return here in downtown Manchester for the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race. What an incredible day we have here. Ian, we were just talking about that during the break. What a way to welcome it back.
Yeah.
It couldn't be more perfect for the runners, spectators, and it's a celebration, as we know. Thanksgiving here in Manchester's back.
Yep.
Fox 61 is back.
We are happy to be here.
We're back together. We were just talking about the women to watch.
Yes.
Let's talk about the men.
The favorite, I would think, coming in is Drew Hunter.
Yeah.
But you won't recognize him from the picture they'll probably put up on the screen because he's shorn his moustache and his Steve Prefontaine, Robert Redford early years look. So he's clean cut now. There you are. There's the picture on your screen right now.
Yes.
You won't recognize him. I didn't in the hotel yesterday. He's the one to watch because he won the 5-kilometer road championships in New York City 3 weeks ago. But Leonard Correa is the one that's going to likely take it out. Drew will sit and wait, and as will Ben Flanagan. They'll sit and wait and watch the race develop. My expectation is that Leonard Correa will go out hard. He was second here 3 years ago to Ben True.
He got out-kicked at the end.
Do you think he'll go for King of the Hill?
If he's smart, he won't, because the worst thing you can do if you want to win the race is to go for the King of the Hill, use up all that energy and emotion. I mean, yes, you get $1,000 extra, but what's better to win the race?
And we will talk more about that race within the race of the King of the Hill. But while we got about a minute and a half to go before the start of the race, you mentioned Leonard Correa. He has run here before and has almost won. Drew Hunter and Ben Flanagan, I believe this is their first time running. Could this uphill right behind us, right towards the end, trip them up if it's neck and neck at the end?
They ran yesterday.
Okay.
They ran the course yesterday. Ben Flanagan's run the course before, and he found the hill demanding. Drew doesn't know the hill by experience of running it hard. It's always an unknown factor. And then there's that steep downhill once they get over the top of the hill.
Yeah.
And then it's all downhill. And we know from Edna Kiplagat that she knows how to run downhill.
Yeah.
It's a skill in itself. Uphill's one thing. Downhill, a whole different ball game. It's not like kickboxing.
And we are off and running. As you can see, the 85th running has begun. And now they're going to start heading downhill on Main Street. As you can see, all sorts of people off. Jim Belcom, the race director, just gave there it is. Every year he says, this is Thanksgiving in Manchester. That is an iconic phrase for people here.
Well, that start just kind of took us by surprise.
Yeah, that's all right. I could hear him going. So we've got the race clock up there, behind by a few seconds. But right now, we want to talk about the early race dynamics, Ian. They're running downhill towards Main Street before they take a left onto Charter Oak, and they hit that 1 mile mark. What do you want to see based on how quickly people get to that first mile?
Well, of course, our cameras are going to be focusing on the men's race initially.
Right.
If it's sub 420, we know it's going to be fast. I'm thinking it's going to be 423, 425, perhaps. But I think it will be Correa that will take it out. He knows that there are other people in there that can outkick him if they get to Main Street later. But the first mile is crucial. And the women, if they go sub 450, that's very quick.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get the mile split. My watch started a little bit late there because I wasn't anticipating that start.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I got to say, about a minute and a half. Again, our Lux Bond and Green, that's the unofficial time right now. So we're going to keep those seconds matter.
Yes. And the other thing is, Tim, from the women's perspective, normally they race on their own. But now they're surrounded by men. So there is that ability to get carried away with the men and go too fast. Yeah. So if, for argument's sake, Wayne Nicoladi overcooked it and runs 4:45, she may pay for that later. And Kira D'Amato is strong, committed, and ready.
Yeah. And here's our first look at the leaders as they are making their way, I believe, still down Main Street. It may have making that turn already. And I think that's Wayne Nicoladi right there. They've already.
That's Wayne Nicoladi in that red top. All the sunglasses. No, she's committed, isn't she?
She is.
Oh, man.
She's a 24-year-old. She is training out of Flagstaff, Arizona. She is not from Kenya. She is from Africa, Eritrea, not a country that you see a lot of athletes come out of.
No, but I've known her since high school when I announced her winning the 5,000 meters at the Indoor Nationals at the Armory in New York City. And she had a stellar NCAA career, winning the NCAA Cross Country Championship. This is her first year. She's a U.S. citizen now, and we're delighted about that.
Okay, let's point out who we think we can see. Obviously in the Army jersey right there in the black, that's Leonard Carrere.
Yes.
Because he is served in the U.S. Army too. I believe we saw over to the right there in the blue, I think that might be Blaze Farrow, one of the sleepers.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure.
I love that word sleeper or dark horse.
Dark horse, yes.
But that's a big pack, and that's
and
rather...
he does have the mustache.
Yes, it looks like he does.
Blaze does, as does Ben Flanagan. They both got these sort of, it's not a 70s moustache, is it? But that's a big pack.
It's making a bit of a comeback right now. What do you make of the fact that here, about 3.5 minutes in, we got such a large pack?
Yeah.
I rather expected that.
We're close to the 1 mile mark.
Yes, getting there. And when they cross that 1 mile mark, and you're going to see it as a blue line on the road, if we can have that shot when it comes up, when it may come up in the next 15, 20 seconds. Ian, you and your infinite wisdom with racing, that's going to be able to tell you a lot about how this race may shape up.
It's not, well, it's deceptive, isn't it? But that big pack tells me it's not gone out super fast.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's 4:25 pace. We'll find out very shortly.
Yes, we will. We're at about 4:15 right now. I know you see on the Lux Bond and Green, the counter just hit about 4 minutes. But it looks like a bit of a slow pace. And that pack is just taking their time. And right here at the 1 mile mark is about, there we go. They just passed it just now at about, I think it may have been closer to 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
The pack is still so large, Ian.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm trying to see who that is on the right. It looks like maybe that's 6, the bib number 6, and that's Mohammed Rizai.
Yes,
from
Mohammed
Philadelphia.
Rizai, yes. That's a big pack. So now, that was not super quick. Now.
And it looks like Max Ostberg, also number 7. He's a Connecticut native right there in the pink. He's trying to keep pace with the leaders.
Bib 6 is in the lead right now.
Yes, and that's Leonard Carrere in second. So now I think here's the action. You see suddenly it's stretching out as we go back on the camera to Wayne Kaladi.
Wayne Kaladi's still in the lead.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So Wayne Kaladi shared a room at the hotel last night with a wee Scottish girl.
Yeah.
So forgive my semi-Scottish accent.
We Scottish lass.
Okay, lassie. And Sarah Inglis who's in the race.
Yeah.
And they talk for interminably.
Yeah.
Which is lovely to hear and hear of.
Yeah, we're hearing it's about 4.5 minutes for that first mile, which seems to indicate a slower pace. But Wayne Kaladi right there already, right off the bat. Don't see anybody near her.
No one.
That was something, Ian, talking to us yesterday. You said you were expecting to see out of her an early move and pushing the pace right off the bat.
This could well be one of America's next superstars at distance running.
Yeah.
This was her first year running for Under Armour and Dark Sky as a professional athlete. She didn't do well in the 10,000 meter trials for the Olympic Games. That's understandable. But mark my words, maybe 4, maybe 6 years, she's going to be a marathon runner.
We see the Canadian Ben Flanagan in between Mohammed Rezi and Leonard Carrere there, still sporting that mustache.
Yes.
He is in the black, and he is also one of the favorites. You were talking about him before. Ian, while we have a second, right now they're entering that uphill portion of the race. This is the time to talk about the King of the Hill and the Queen of the Hill competition, kind of a race within a race. How does that work?
Well, don't get drawn into it. It would be my advice. When 1 or 2 were asking me about it yesterday, I said, look, I know there's a dollar check there, but let's go back quickly, because now you're starting to see the pack dwindle down. So
and Mohammed is still there in the lead.
Yes, He's getting a lot of camera attention on Fox 61, isn't he?
Just looking him up real quickly, he was in the 2016 Summer Olympics in the marathon, finished 77th.
Not the best of days.
Not
perhaps
the best for him, but he is there out pushing that pace. So
now I'm also seeing that he was born in Naugatuck.
Connecticut.
Did
if
not
I'm
know that.
seeing the same runner.
Yeah.
I believe that is him. I'm just
Okay.
doing some quick research here on my phone.
Let's call him a Connecticut native. He's ours.
30-year-old from Naugatuck.
Was there life before iPhones? We may well ask. How did we ever survive?
It was harder.
All right, so right now we're about 8 minutes into the race or so. The King of the Hill competition is a race to the top of this hill by Highland Park Market. The first man and woman to get there will win $1,000, assuming they finish within the top 10 in the final standings. And as you can see, that's a substantial hill at that point, and it becomes sort of a risk-reward decision.
Because it's just before the top. It's
Just
about
before the 2-mile mark.
50 meters.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's the... Ben Flanagan's looking frisky, isn't he,
He
there?
looks
in
like
third
he's
place.
making a move right there.
Yeah,
And
there
Ben
you go.
Flanagan is not going to do anything. Don't worry. He's going to follow career. Mark my words.
Okay.
He's not going to take the lead. He's going to wait for Main Street. And the pace is upped, and I'm looking for Drew. And he's back in the second pack. So here we go.
Yeah.
Career, as I anticipated.
Oh,
Oh,
Resi
man.
has fallen
Oh.
way off the pace. Well, looks like
Yeah.
he's laboring a little bit.
Well, that's the effect of the pace by Career.
Yep.
This is what Career has to do. He has to take charge of the race. He's got marathon strength. He's run a 2:07 marathon.
Yep.
So he ran for the US in the Olympic Games in the 10,000 meters. But Ben Flanagan is
And
going
there
with
we
him.
are. There's Highland Park Market, and it looks like Leonard Career. If that was the blue line right there, actually that may not have been. That may have been a cable line. But Ben Flanagan now pulling ahead as they're getting ready to enter the second, well, not enter, but finish the second mile of the race.
Wait a minute, Flanagan, is he going for the...
I believe he
King
just
of the
passed
Hill?
it. It was
Yeah.
tough to tell who got there first.
I'm surprised.
But he's about to pass, I think, just past the 2-mile mark right around now.
This is unexpected.
Yeah. So he just made a big move. I imagine they sort of put it on right there about a couple hundred yards before the start of the hill. So it looks like they were racing specifically for that $1,000, just to my untrained eye.
Ben is someone who generally sits and kicks. He's won the Falmouth Road Race twice, and he won the Canadian Championships recently. So, he's taking a look back. Not a bad thing. See where your opposition is. What damage have I reaped?
And
now.
And after past races, Ben Flanagan has said he sometimes has trouble running alone with the lead. I don't know that this qualifies necessarily as alone, but like you said, he generally works from a kick. The 26-year-old from Kitchener, Ontario, he just missed qualifying for the Olympics.
So is he starting to feel comfortable at this time, Ian?
I should
What
think
would
his
you
heart
say?
is pounding.
But he still has.
Has he gone too early?
Seems like he's got a significant lead.
Yes.
And
No,
he
this
looks
is...
like he's still going strong.
And there we go.
He was nervous. He was nervous about the hill in talking with him yesterday. He said, "I remember it the first time, and I didn't care for it at all." This is a surprise, but that's the beauty of sport, isn't it, Tim? You've got a background in sports broadcasting.
Yeah, you like to make pretend you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what maybe the optimal decisions are for a lot of these runners. That doesn't mean they're going to follow it.
No. All the plans go out of the window. Maybe it's the sunshine.
I was going to say, what about the weather? Maybe the weather is playing part in that.
That's a huge commitment from him. It's good to see.
Are you a little concerned that he's not going to?
Not yet.
No, that's good.
But those behind in the third pack, they've got to make some decisions soon. And Drew Hunter's amongst them. That's a big gap.
I'm getting the sense, Ian, that you think he's maybe trying to expend a little too much energy, as even though he's heading to the downhill, you saw him turn around looking to see how much of a lead he's gotten, and it's growing. But maybe it's growing by design.
I'm not concerned yet. And we've seen this before in the Manchester Road Race, haven't we, Erica? Where the person can go out and make a statement, and then the exhilaration comes in, the adrenaline rush, and what we've been going how many minutes now?
About 12 minutes in.
So
we're a little past the halfway point
Yeah.
of this race. And here's
it's going to be hard for anybody to get close to him, I would think, unless something happens. He must have slept well in the hotel last night, that's all I can say.
Yes.
And whatever he had for breakfast, we'd all like that. But look at Wayne Kaladi.
Yes,
I'm not sure what her gap is. We're not going to get that information, but she is smooth.
She's been out alone the entire time.
At no point in our sort of women's race leader camera coverage have we even seen another woman along with her. She is way out in front.
So, Tim, Erica, let's look at this because the course record is 23:57 for the women.
Yeah.
That could go.
Yeah, that
Clearly.
was set by
I mean,
Bouze
just by looking at her,
2017.
I think she's on a mission. Her coach, or an agent manager, Stephen Haas, was very confident and said she's coming in to break the record.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you had said that she could come out just on attack mode from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you also said she has a good kick.
I wouldn't say the kick is her real strength, Erica. I think she's a strength runner.
Yeah.
She just broke 15 minutes for 5 kilometers, and Stephen Haas gave me to understand he thinks that next year, I think she'll really blossom and could be capable of running 14:20 for 5K.
But again, this is her first year running the road race here in Manchester.
Yes. She's looking good, though.
Yeah.
But there's a group behind, and of course we can't quite see. The sun is on our screen rather heavily.
It is.
So those of you watching at home, be mindful of that. You've probably got a clearer view of what we're seeing, other than now she's tucked in behind a male competitor.
Yeah. Well, her personal record for 5,000 meters, 14 minutes, 58 seconds. I believe that is the best amongst all women running in the Manchester Road Race. Somewhere between 5,000, 10,000 meters. That seems like a good equivalent distance here for trying to judge how fit she is for this course. She won the Boston Women's 10K this year, too, so she's in good form.
Yeah. She's definitely, it was her race to lose today.
Yeah.
I always felt. But look, she's very smooth, isn't she? She's tiny. What is she, 5'1", 2", something like that?
She doesn't look like she's expending a lot of energy. It's smooth. It's a nice rhythm.
Rather like your broadcasting.
Yeah, but definitely not like my running. Back to the men's side. Ben Flanagan has now widened his lead.
It's all over.
I can't tell.
Early prediction. It's all over.
You're calling it now.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
It's like being a political analyst, isn't it? It's all over. We're calling it now.
All over by the shouting. But no, seriously, Ben Flanagan, what is going on here? Is this more of a function of what he's doing or what some of the competitors like Leonard Carrere are not doing?
It's what he's doing.
Now, at this point, it looks like for both the men and the women, the winners of the King and Queen of the Hill, they look like they're going to win the race as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Which is not usually what we see.
No, it's not, Erica. That's the beauty of broadcasting, isn't it?
Yes.
There's always something going on that we don't expect. I would never.
We always like surprises here.
We do. I would never have expected Ben Flanagan to take it out. He assured me, he said he was going to sit. I saw him this morning. He said, I'm just going to sit and wait. He waited, but
this
not for
may
long.
be getting a little too clever, but is there sort of a sense of gamesmanship that he would know what other people are thinking he's going to do, and so he changes it up? Like, I know what you know that I know, and he winds up doing something else anyways.
Yes. Well, he's won. We know he's won Falmouth. We know he's a very good athlete, and it looks like he's done his homework on the course, doesn't it? So that gap might be, 100 meters?
Yeah. So about there. Now we're 16 and a half minutes in, so we're past the 3-mile mark. Usually around this point they have to turn over miles. I think you're saying in about the 4 minute and 20 second range, if you want to try and have it a shot at the course record, which was set by Edward Cheserek just in 2018, 3 years ago, at 21 minutes, 15.75 seconds. I always like to joke that was the day. It was about 10 degrees here, 4 degrees with the wind chill. He broke the course record because he was just trying to get inside
and he
as
hated
fast
the cold.
as possible.
Well, Edward, of course, is not with us because he's on his way to Kenya to marry his fiancée, Sharon Lakady, who also competed. So that's why he's not here this year. But Ben just took a look back just to see where they were. And that's a group behind. they've got to make a very big decision soon of whether to get after him. But here we go, back on camera to
Wayne
Kalani.
Passing Lancaster Street there. Once again on the sort of the north side of the course here, working their way between miles 3 and 4. Not a lot of drama so far this year. Both the men's and the women's winners, or leaders, I should say, are leading by a large amount.
And look at her form, Erica. Look how easy. There's no wasted shoulder movement, is there? It's no rise and fall.
Yeah.
That is smooth.
It is very smooth.
Her spine seems even more upright, even compared to the men she's running in front of too. That there's
I won't be
sort
surprised
of an economy of motion
at
there.
this record. But oh my goodness, I'm excited to see her. She is an absolute sweetheart, Erica, as well. A total sweetheart. I mean, you couldn't help but fall in love with her because she's so delightful.
Yeah, she was very happy to come to America from Eritrea, which is not always the nicest government out there, especially for letting people and athletes leave to go seek a better life in America. But she has made it here. She stayed with a cousin in Virginia when she made it overseas from Eritrea, and she is making the most of her opportunity in the United States. And boy, that's once again, Ben Flanagan continues to look behind him. Why is that? Is he not sure? Is he in disbelief of what he's doing?
There's two thoughts on this. Don't look round and give them encouragement behind you.
Yeah.
But I would argue sometimes if you're feeling the strain, it's nice to see where they are, and then you can say to yourself, okay, I've got 3 more minutes to run.
Yeah.
If I put in a big effort now, I'll disillusion them and they won't come after me. But I don't think they're going to get it.
So he's looking behind. He sees the lead that he has. How, as a runner, are you able to keep aware of your time? He's obviously not checking his time, but how
he's
does
about
he
ready
know,
to turn onto Main Street, by the way.
How does he know where he's doing with time as far as if he could
I don't
potentially
think
break a record?
He's not concerned about time. He just wants to win the race, Erica. I mean, that's the... I mean,
Doesn't everybody want to set a course record?
Yes, but it's first better to win, isn't it?
Well, is winning even in doubt? Because, again, any second now, he's about to make that left turn onto Main Street. There's not a lot of race left. Not a lot much can go wrong unless maybe he tries to do too much.
What was the Rolling Stones song, It's All Over Now?
Yeah.
And Roy Orbison was It's Over. It's over, baby.
It's over. Look at that shot. He is still pushing, almost having a smile. Ben Flanagan. Wow, what a performance. We're at 20 minutes right now. He's getting ready to come past our broadcast booth. He's getting that escort, the police motorcycles and cars in front of him with their lights flashing. He is all alone on Main Street. Nobody else has made the turn. Thousands of people who come here to watch the Manchester Road Race, they get to watch him and only him. What a moment this must be. The 2-time Falmouth Road Race winner running Manchester for the first time, going by.
Keep an eye on the clock, Tim.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to keep an eye on now.
Is he going to make it in time? Again, the course record, 21 minutes, 15.75 seconds. And here he comes. We're coming up on 21 minutes right now. It is going to be close.
It's got 100 meters lead.
Yeah. He is coming. Look at that shot. All those thousands of people and one runner, and only one runner. In fact, Mohamed Herezi just now coming by our broadcast booth, not in second place. We're at about 21:10 from what we can see, 12. I don't think he quite has enough to break the course record, but he has more than enough to win the 2021 Manchester Road Race, 21 minutes and 22 seconds. Ben Flanagan, the Canadian, on a warm day. Wow, what a performance.
No contest.
You were right. You called it.
That's like your kickboxing. No contest, Erica.
Yep.
21:22 is what we're hearing.
You got it. Yeah, we saw that right on the clock. He missed the course record by only 6 seconds.
So that's the fifth fastest time ever on the course.
How about that?
Okay, here we go.
It was a great day for running. Wayne
Kalani
is now coming by, and
my.
she is going to destroy the course record, Ian. It's not even at 22 minutes yet, just hit 22 minutes. She's got another minute and 56 seconds to make it just uphill. So now the question is not, is she going to break the course record? It is by how much?
How much?
Wow.
Wayne Kaladi, a star in the making, and she is putting on a performance they may not forget for decades here in Manchester.
This is easily her best ever performance.
This is amazing. 22 minutes and 30 seconds right now.
There's no one even close.
And
female.
she is...
Wow, my goodness, she's got 200 meters.
She might break 23 minutes. Remember, the course record, Bouze Dariba, is just shy of 24 minutes. And here she comes. You see the clock there, 22:49, 50. Can she do it? She
Yes.
can. 22 minutes and 55 seconds. She broke the course record, Ian, by more than a minute.
Have we seen another female go by yet?
I think Edna Kiplagat just ran by in her green
there's
socks.
Kira D'Amato
And there's
in
Kira
second.
D'Amato. Yeah.
There's Edna Kiplagat in third.
Wow. 22:55 is the unofficial time we are getting that jives with what we saw on the clock. So Kiplagat and D'Amato, Kiplagat's got about a 20-foot lead.
They're
as
running
she is
well.
digging for second.
Let's be real, they're running well. It's just Wayne Kalade just...
We're at 23:30 right now. Both of them may have been on pace to break the course record. It
What
would have been
incredible
close.
races.
That is unbelievable. Wayne Kalade.
There aren't enough superlatives about that performance by Wayne Kalade, Erica.
Yes.
There really are not. That would be the talk of...
So 21:22 for Ben Flanagan, according to the Lux Braun in Green time check. My goodness. And then what can we say about Wayne Kalade?
22:55.
Well, Ben's was a tremendous performance, but Wayne is
She just crushed
out of this
the
world.
record. Right. Well, we're going to be speaking to both the women's and the men's, the winners of those races in just a moment. But what an exciting race here in Manchester. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Happy Thanksgiving from ECHN, proud presenting sponsor of coverage of the 85th Manchester Road Race.
My goodness, what incredible races we've just seen here in both the men's and the women's race.
Yeah, we are now in the party portion of the race. As you can see people enjoying their turkey trot. But as for the winner, Ben Flanagan from Canada, let's get right out to Fox 61's Keith McGilvery. He is with Mr. Flanagan after his big win. Keith.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tim and Erica, what an organic moment here in the Fox 61 Morning News. I have both winners. We will start with Ben. Congratulations. Give you a minute to catch your breath here. Ben, what a race for you out there. Your second Manchester. How you feeling?
I feel amazing. I mean, I knew I was in pretty good shape, but this time of year, you don't really know what to expect. It's so early in training. So come out here and take the win at an historic race like this is a huge privilege. I'm so happy.
And to do it in a year where the Manchester Road Race is back, the crowds are great, the enthusiasm is high. What's your message to the crowd out here?
Oh my God, you do it right here. That's my message. It was electric. You know, as soon as I took the lead, the last 2 miles, the crowd just fueled me the whole time. I saw turkey suits running by me. It was so exciting. So I was here in 2019. It's been almost 3 years since the last one, and it feels like we didn't skip a beat. Everyone was out here ready to go.
And what a celebratory mode. It is a family affair. Your girlfriend Hannah is here, your dog. Hannah, what was it like to cheer him along from the sidelines?
It was awesome. So his mom's here, sister's here, niece, my dad, we were all cheering him on with the dog. He gets very excited, so it was awesome.
All right. The other rock star of this day, Winnie Colati. Wow. You were a rock star out there. You dominated this course. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. It felt great. You know, I've been watching this mixed race on the TV, and I've been wanting to run some fast race like this. And when I see we have mixed race, I was ready to take that opportunity and run fast, so it works.
And to see the crowds out here just cheering you on, our announcers were thrilled for you. What does today mean for you?
It's amazing. The energy is absolutely in the top of, and when I hear these people cheering, it helps me to run fast. And also, I see some people yell at me, "Happy Thanksgiving!" I was like, "Yes, this is a good Thanksgiving to walk with a win." So it was amazing. Thank you to the people who is out there cheering for us. It's amazing.
How will you spend the rest of your day after such an amazing accomplishment out here on the course?
Definitely, I'm going to travel back to Flagstaff, but I can't wait to go back to Flagstaff and celebrate with my teammate and friends there.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot for a minute. Can we expect to see you at next year's Manchester Road Race?
We'll see. Definitely faster than this, so I'm hoping for more.
Well, it was incredibly powerful to hear about your progress out there on the course. A big congratulations from all of us here at Fox 61. Tim and Erica, what a first Manchester Road Race for me. An electric performance by both of these winners, this male and female division. It was incredible to see on a beautiful, beautiful day. So much to celebrate as the Manchester Road Race returns in just a very festive, exciting day out here on the course. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Boy. Yeah. What a job by Winnie Colati. Just a winning smile, too, to go with a dominating performance. And it's good to see. She mentioned she's going back to Flagstaff. She won 2 national championships running for the University of New Mexico. A 13-time All-American, Ian.
I wonder if she realizes how good a performance that is today.
Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, she's now going to go back to the awards ceremony, and by then, the media, David Monty will be ready to interview her as well, and it'll be all over Let's Run, Track and Field News. I mean, that is an astonishing performance.
Just phenomenal. Obviously, we had some issues. There was some delay with the video and the audio. But my goodness, Ian, you were saying that she's a sweetheart, and I mean, I think we all just fell in love with her.
Yes, it's hard not to,
I want
isn't
her
it?
to come to my Thanksgiving dinner.
You're having ham, I believe, this year.
Yes, we're switching out the turkey for the ham.
Yes.
But I want her there. You're right. She's just so lovable, and she's just phenomenal. And as you had just said, she is just she's just blowing up right now because of what she just did here in Manchester at the road race.
I first met Wayne, when I said earlier, I announced the 5,000 meters indoors at National Championships, the Army in New York City. And what I noticed then was the interaction she had with the athletes she beat. She waited for them, and it was a beautiful, there were some beautiful moments. And to see her do so well at the University of New Mexico. But this, Erica, Tim, it's almost like I feel I have to lie. Did that really happen?
The most dominating performance of her career. Ian, we're going to get back to you in a couple more minutes, and we're going to enjoy the pomp, the circumstance, the flavor, all the fun of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race. We'll be back here on Fox 61 in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Happy Thanksgiving from Lux Bond and Green Jewelers and Tag Heuer, official timekeepers of the Manchester Road Race.
We are back with our coverage of the 85th Manchester Road Race here on Fox 61. Tim Lammers alongside Erica Arias and race commentator Ian Brooks. As you can see, a lot of the average weekday, weekend runners starting to file their way down Main Street and enjoying this day, a historic day after a dominating win by Wayne Kaladi.
Just phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
You were beside yourself, really, Ian.
I still can't wrap my head around.
Yeah.
Ben Flanagan was a tremendous performance, don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from Ben. That was a startling support performance. But Wayne Kaladi, 22:55, a minute off the course record. Oh, goodness. goodness.
We were saying, when will the next person be able to beat that record?
Not in my lifetime.
Yeah, I
Maybe
can
she'll
imagine.
come back next year. She'll beat her record.
A lot depends on. She's going to be in so demand. The demand is going to be crazy after this.
People all over the world are watching this race. They saw what happened right there. We're going to talk more about that in the next few minutes. Also, Kim Smith, the 2004 champion and honorary chairperson, is standing by. We're going to talk to her about her great honor this year. But first, let's get into Fox 61's Jimmy Altman. He's having a good time out by Highland Park Market.
Hey, Jimmy.
Boy, guys, this is fast company. Most of the runners already way down the course. We're setting all sorts of records today, and it's just a beautiful thing. How are you? How are you? We got all sorts of folks here on the course still, and of course, the icon of the road race joins us now. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't seen him in 2 years. It's the safety man.
Yeah, and you know what? I lost my razor. This is my COVID beard we got going on here. Great to see all the wonderful people out here supporting the cause. Really wonderful.
You made a concerted effort. You said we could hold this race again, and here we are, thousands on Highland Street, thousands in Manchester, Connecticut.
Yes, I do believe that when I got out on the airwaves and indicated that this could be a safe, positive race, the people listened.
And you know the Hanson brothers are here too, right?
Come on, get over there.
I gotta tell you, there is no better place to be than Manchester, Connecticut on Thanksgiving Day. Guys, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Good job.
I just want to say, we're here as defending champions. We were here last year when no one showed up, and we won this thing. But this year, we got our fans, we got our toys. We're going to win this thing again this year.
Go get them, guys. Go get them. Go get them. Go get them. Erica, Lammers, Ian, back to you at the start-finish line. It is Bedlam. Safety man, take him out. Safety man.
They have a great time over there at Highland Park Market.
They do. Safety man's not so safe this year. All right, we're going to be back with a lot more on the Fox 61's broadcast of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race. Isn't it good to be back?
Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. It feels so good. We're going to be speaking with the honorary chairperson here at the Manchester Road Race in just a moment, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Happy Thanksgiving from AirTemp. It's heating season. Time to call AirTemp for a professional cleaning.
You are looking live at Main Street, downtown Manchester, the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race, and we have reached the portion of the race where now people who are in costume are starting to cross the start-finish line. They should almost have a separate division for people in bulky costumes.
Absolutely. We're going to go down to Fox 61's Julia Leblanc. She is out there with all the spectators, all the runners. And Julia, this is just a phenomenal day for all the runners, right?
It is, and the weather has held up. You can feel the energy here this morning. We just had the Manchester Pipe Band playing. They're playing for our veterans here at Veterans Row. You will notice that people who are wearing an Army hat are our veterans. We're told we have about 300 veterans running in this race. Happy Thanksgiving! And now we're seeing a big sea of people running through. Like you said, lots of people wearing costumes. Just saw someone wearing a kilt, some tutus here. Little Christmas costume there. Everyone just having fun, making a day out of this before they head to the Thanksgiving table with their family. And this is just an amazing tradition in talking with people today that they can just get back to. It feels like they're back to normal. And you can see them when they're coming around this corner, that motivation on their face. So let's go, runners. Still thousands of people have to finish this race. And let's take a look by finishing at this American flag as we're getting ready for more veterans to be running through here as we salute them at Veterans Row.
Julia, thank you, boy. Such a good time out there. Every year, the Manchester Road Race Committee selects an honorary chairperson to serve for the year, and it's usually a past champion and a great, and this year is no different.
Absolutely. We have a multi-time winner. Oh my goodness, Kim Smith, thank you so much for being with us. What does it mean to be back here in Manchester for the road race? You were a back-to-back winner in 2004 and 2005, so what does it mean to you? How do you feel being back here now?
Yeah, it was definitely fun to be watching these races. The elite races were obviously a lot of very competitive, and the women's winner ran so fast and so well. That was really impressive. Yeah, it's great. I mean, obviously racing has been very few and far between races this year, so it's great to have a big race like this. And the tradition of running a race on Thanksgiving is always really cool to me as a runner, and I love that everyone came out to watch, and it was...
To be back here in person is just so meaningful for the runners.
Yeah.
And how meaningful was it for you personally just to get that honor of chairperson? What was your first feeling when you found out that you were selected?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, obviously some great runners before me have run. This is probably the most prestigious Thanksgiving Day road race in the country. Winning this meant a lot in my career. It was my first professional road race that I ever ran, so it's really great to be back here.
We saw a phenomenal run from Weenie Kaladi. Now take us back to the moment you first won in 2004, when you first crossed the finish line. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was very exciting. As I said, it was my first ever professional road race, so to come out and win was very meaningful, and started off a fun career for me. Yeah, I didn't run quite as fast as Weenie did today, but she was very impressive out there.
Yeah, don't feel bad. Literally no woman has ever run within a minute of that fast. Do you remember what your strategy was for running this course all the way back then? How you wanted to attack that hill there between the first and second mile?
I was on the press track right there with, so I could see the men's winner, Ben Flanagan. He pretty much had an identical strategy to me, kind of sit back on the hill and go for it after that, and it worked out for me like it worked out for him. So.
Yeah. Kim, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate it, and of course, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And congratulations on the honor.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. Kim, thank you so much for joining us. All right, taking another look out at the race, you can see a lot of people still filtering in behind us, making their way. As I should check and see, a lot of people still working on their personal bests. I want to see what the clock is on the Luxbond and green clock, but it's just a beautiful sight. And this is sometimes one of our favorite things to do, just to see that massive humanity. Everybody finally back together again, celebrating, hopefully safely out there after the pandemic. A lot more to come here on the Fox 61 broadcast of the 85th running of the Manchester Road Race. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Happy Thanksgiving from Lux Bond and Green Jewelers and Tag Heuer, official timekeepers of the Manchester Road Race.
And as you can see, a lot of them still making their way down Main Street right now. The costumes getting crazier and more fun. We've seen whole sets of teeth, people dressed up like that, people running in Snuggies, you name it.
Of course, we see the Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes, the Thanksgiving dinner. Waiting to see them as well. All right, as we are back with Ian Brooks, one more time, just to wrap up, some final thoughts on what was a historic day for Wayne Kalani.
Heart pounding, I think is the word, isn't it?
Right.
Look, you can't take anything away from Ben Flanagan. That was a tremendous performance. He did something which we didn't expect, to take charge of the race. But Wayne Kalani, a minute, as Kim Smith, I was just talking to off camera. It's hard to wrap your head around a record going by over a minute.
Right, she just blew us all away.
Isn't it wonderful? But that's the beauty of our sport, isn't it? And any sport for that matter. Tim, with all your background in sports, and Erica as a kickboxer, as I've told you before. I mean, it's exciting, isn't it, Erica?
It's one of the reasons we love the road race here in Manchester so much. The excitement
we missed
and the surprises, we really did.
We missed it, didn't we, last year?
And you know what? The number of registered runners was down this year, but I think the spectators, all the fans came out and they made that up. Because Tim, we've been doing this for years. And I think this is our 9th year together. And I don't think I've seen the fans just so supportive as they are here today.
Post-COVID, well, we're not through COVID yet. But I think people are anxious to get out, and it was a beautiful morning.
It really was.
Sunshine,
Yes.
blue skies, walking up from the elite athletes area. Just beautiful. Normally it's freezing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Erica
was not
usually
freezing.
has wrapped blankets around her.
Just a phenomenal day out
Yes.
here. A phenomenal day.
We want to get out now to one of those registered runners is our Fox 61 producer, Bree Vasquez, is finished running. She's with Fox 61's Keith McGilvery right now. Good morning, guys.
You want a tissue? Hey guys, good job out there. So we are here. Bree is up in just a minute. Want to introduce you to some of the folks out here. Cora and Anna, how'd the race go?
It went really well. Super happy to be here. Yeah, it was very fun. I love the music. Yeah, family tradition. We love coming out every year.
All right, it is good to meet you ladies. The lady of the hour, the captain of our team, Bree Vasquez, our evening producer. How did it go, my friend?
It was great. It was so much fun to be around so many people, everyone running together, people on the side cheering. The energy was awesome.
And what we love about you is your enthusiasm is so high. You are brand new to our team. What is it like to be part of this Fox 61 tradition? Thanksgiving morning. We are all local all morning. What are your thoughts?
It's incredible. It's just the community comes together and people from Manchester, from all over Connecticut, and people from outside of Connecticut too, watching, running, cheering. It's just like a huge event and I love it.
All right, we made you a sign. I don't know where it went. We are so proud of you, my friend. As we walk down this way, maybe we can find it. Tim and Erica, you know that it is so many of our behind-the-scenes folks who make this all worth it. There we go. Run, Bree, run. 4.75 miles. What are you going to do for Thanksgiving?
Eat lots of turkey. I ran for my food.
All right, well, we are proud of you. We are proud of all of these nearly 9,000 runners who turned out today. What a tradition. What a morning here on Fox 61. Do you need a tissue?
I'll take one, thanks, sir.
Tissue? You're good? All right. Enjoy your day. I'm the tissue guy. How about you? Good job out there. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, very good. Enjoy your
I knew this
day.
is, Keith loves getting out and talking to people. This is like Keith's Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Just all wrapped up into one. Boy, what a fun day it's been, guys. We missed this after a year off, just running it virtually due to the pandemic. It's great to see so many people back. Just saw King Arthur from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Watch, you'll probably see him behind us, sort of clinking by like this. There he goes.
So wonderful to be back here. Ian, thank you so much. We're so grateful to be back. And you know what? The family's back together. We love it.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Tim. Wonderful
good to see
day.
you.
And what a incredible race.
Yes, yes.
It's one for the books, for sure.
Once again, Ben Flanagan from Canada won the men's race going away without much competition. Wayne Kaladi there on your right. She was so dominant, she broke the course record by 1 minute and 2 seconds. That is shattering the course record. How about this? If that's not convincing, she was so dominant, we never saw another woman runner on our camera vantage point of her for the entire race. The first time we came to her after she turned off from Main Street, she was already by herself.
She ran that race all by herself, far out in the
And
front
she
the
won it.
entire time. And of course, we'll be talking about this race for years.
All right. That is going to wrap things up here from Manchester as we're taking one last look at people at the 56-minute mark, enjoying their turkey trot. And yes, there are turkey trots all over the country on Thanksgiving, but none quite like this. It is a tradition unparalleled, unequaled in the entire United States. And
Absolutely, Tim, and it is so great to be back here live in person with all of you. Thank you so much for being with us. We're so grateful that you're here. Of course, we're going to have a rebroadcasting at 4 o'clock on CW20 this afternoon. Please don't forget about the Ray Crothers Blood Drive. That's happening tomorrow. It's going to be happening tomorrow morning in the gym at Manchester High School. Thank you so much for being with us, and have a very happy Thanksgiving, everyone.